The Dogo Argentino is a breed of great strength and versatility, showing remarkable loyalty and having been developed in Argentina for big game hunting. With these physical and tenacious nature attributes, this breed becomes an interesting one to survive under many climates. But how would a Dogo Argentino do in varying and sometimes severe conditions of the African continent? We'll hit that like and subscribe button and let's find out. The climate varies much in Africa, from the arid desert of the Sahara to the humid rainforest of the Congo Basin, and as well as the temperature climate of the South African highlands. Exactly how well a Dogo Argentino would do under each of those climates depends on a great degree of its physical and genetic traits. The Sahara Deserts is one of the most hostile environments concerning high temperatures and the lack of water, so it will be challenging for any dog breed. With a short coat, ideal for warm climates, the extreme temperatures that the desert raises, often higher than 120 degrees Fahrenheit or 49 degrees Celsius, would definitely test this breed. Not to mention that in a desert, it is difficult to have access to water and food. Therefore, a Dogo Argentino should be extremely resilient and adaptable. The Dogo Argentino is better suited for the African savanna, characterized by open grasslands and mild temperatures. Such areas are naturally seasonal in rainy and dry periods, hence more balanced. In this context, their hunting instincts and physical stamina would therefore be at an advantage since they can chase down their prey and bring it to the ground. The situation would be quite different in the African tropical rainforest, with high humidity, strong vegetation, and lots of rainfall. The constant dampness might prove very difficult for the short coat of the Dogo Argentino to handle, which would then create skin problems and infections. While the Dogo Argentino is an all-around breed, it would survive various climates on the African continent. The breed will do well in the savanna and more temperate regions of the continent. However, extreme conditions of the desert and dense humid rainforests would put it to the test. Surviving the climate sounds like a feat, but wait until you hear about the predators the Dogo Argentino would face in the African wild. Be it lions, leopards, snakes, or crocodiles, the list of mighty predators and other dangerous animals goes endless in the continent of Africa. The Dogo Argentino has been bred to hunt big game, such as wild boars and pumas, so it does have strengths and the tenacity to confront large prey. But how would it do against Africa's wild animals? In the African savanna, lions and hyenas top the food chain. It would be an uphill task for any Dogo Argentino, however robust and not afraid, to extricate itself from a lion or a pack of hyenas. Such predators hunt in groupings, and the size and strength would be impossible for any single dog to handle, however powerful. Large African herbivores, such as the elephants, buffaloes, and rhinos, could also be a threat to the Dogo Argentino, as most of them are extremely territorial and can become quite aggressive if threatened. The Dogo Argentino would not have any problems with smaller predators like jackals and wild dogs, and hunting ability against smaller prey like antelope and hares would be quite effective. In most cases, it would have the ability to effectively hunt and defend due to its possession of speed, power, and endurance to do so. While the Dogo Argentino would have no problems dealing with its share of small predators and prey that exists within Africa, it certainly could not stand against several of the more imposing or dangerous creatures on that continent. It would be a question of skill, caution, and maybe a bit of luck to get by in such a setting. The African environment is as varied as its climate and includes huge deserts and open savannas, dense rainforests, and mountainous regions. In this setting, the Dogo Argentino's skill to move around and survive would be essential to its survival. The harsh and desolate deserts in Africa, the Sahara and the Namib Desert, would be very hostile environments for the Dogo Argentino. A Dogo Argentino would not do very well in a climate because of no water, food, and protection. This breed has a short coat and athletic muscularity and is best suited for warm climates. However, the extreme temperatures and the fact that minimum resources are available in the desert can make things difficult for the Dogo Argentino to survive there. If there is no human interference or pack structure to fall back on, survival in these regions becomes impossible. The Dogo Argentino would be better suited in the savannas and grasslands of Africa. All these countries have a wide variety of prey animals and more plentiful water sources. Such characteristics of the breeds, such as stamina, speed, and hunting instincts, would be most appropriate here. However, large predators and immense open spaces would mean continuous vigilance and adaptability for the Dogo Argentino. The thick rainforests and woodlands in Africa, with their heavy undergrowth and high humidity, would put the Dogo Argentino through various challenges. The constant wetness of the environment could be a problem for the breed with its short coat. Moreover, this high vegetation will make it harder to hunt, as a dog is likely to face problems in moving fast and effectively in such an environment. On the other side, abundant food and water sources would help counteract some negative influences. Climbing mountains and highlands in Africa, such as those found in Ethiopia and South Africa, would be quite another matter. Temperatures would be colder and landscapes rougher. While the Dogo Argentino would need to be hardy and agile, its solid build and muscular frame would help it in moving over rocky landscapes. On the other hand, the cold temperatures might make things a bit tough on it, considering it is a breed more predisposed to warm climates. Hence, the ability of the Dogo Argentino to thrive in these different environments in Africa would rest on its adaptability and specific challenges in those territories. While the breed may perform well in savannas and temperate regions, the deserts, rainforests, and mountains would all pose difficulties that could make its survival questionable. Navigating Africa's landscape might seem manageable, but wait until you hear about the health risks posed by disease and parasites. One of the overlooked challenges that any animal faces in Africa is disease and parasites. Africa contains a host of diseases and other maladies that could afflict dogs, including tick-borne diseases, rabies, and parasites like heartworms. There are several species of ticks in the African continent that can carry diseases such as ehrlichiosis and babesiosis that can be deadly to dogs if not treated promptly. With a short coat, the Dogo Argentino is likely to suffer more from tick bites because they will have an easier time attaching to the skin. Regular checks and treatment wouldn't have to be made for the health of the dog, but that would be quite impossible in a wild environment. Another major threat in Africa is rabies, more prevalent in the rural parts where vaccination rates are very low. The natural hunting instincts of the Dogo Argentino may lead him to come into contact with wild animals, enhancing the possibility of exposure to rabies. If regular vaccinations and veterinary care were not received, there will always be a high risk for rabies. In the final analysis, the Dogo Argentino is a sturdy and resilient breed. However, even its hardiness would not help it withstand the onslaught of African diseases and parasites. Without regular veterinary intervention and preventative measures applied within their native homeland, the breed will suffer in health and fitness under such circumstances. Pack behavior is important for the survival of most animals, more so in the challenging African environment. With the Dogo Argentino being traditionally a lone hunter or at best employed in pairs or small groups, the breed has strong instincts that may prove quite useful in a pack setup. In understanding the dynamic of survival in Africa, the breed would call for adjustment, or even alteration of behavior in order to survive. In the wild, most African animals can survive either by grouping in packs or herds, where the grouping offers protection and help, while hunting and the young ones are guaranteed care. With this strong sense of loyalty and protective nature, a Dogo Argentino could potentially form a pack with other dogs, or even integrate with humans in a situation of communal living. Originally bred to hunt large game, one of its strengths is working in a pack while hunting. In Africa, this would be sharpened to a pack situation to where several Dogo Argentinos or a mixed pack would take down larger prey for better odds at survival. The survival instincts in the Dogo Argentino are rather sharp, thanks to so many years of selected breeding for hunting purposes and protection. In areas where human communities cohabitate with wildlife, dogs usually help guard livestock, succeeding in hunting expeditions, and even keeping larger predators out of the villages. In this respect, it would be easy for a Dogo Argentino to integrate here. However, it would have to learn to tolerate humans alongside other strange and potentially dangerous animals. In other words, the occurrence of pack behavior and survival instincts would make a Dogo Argentino very successful at surviving in Africa. However, fitting into a pack, be it with other dogs or in a human community, requires adaptation and adjustment to new social dynamics. Whereas the Dogo Argentino would be able to survive in Africa, the success of the breed depends on various factors, such as environment, availability, and adaptive skills regarding new threats and social dynamics. The survival of this breed within Africa would be considered a test, both for its resilience and adaptability. So what are your thoughts? Do you think that the Dogo Argentino would survive in Africa? Let us know in the comments. And while you're there, make sure to subscribe to our channel. We'll see you next time, and until then, this is goodbye. But before you go, want to know who would come out on top in a showdown between a kangaroo and an eagle? Check out this video to find out.